Okay, so here's another yard tour. It's August 2017, and just go around and I'll see what's different from last summer. Here's our geraniums. They've done pretty well this year. I've discovered this fertilizer called Super Bloom. They sell it at Lowe's. It's by Scott's. It's really good. And these are the Japanese hollies. They look a little fuzzy right now. They grow really fast. These are the knockout roses. They've gotten probably 3 times as tall as they were last summer. And they bloom pretty well right now. They're kind of in the middle of, in between cycles, but the downside is they've all got this ailment called witch's broom or rose rosettes, and it makes the shoots look strange like that. So they're all gonna catch it eventually, but I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna let them go as long as they can live. And the evergreen clematis has gotten so big it bends over. I put up 2 more trellises to try to hold it up. And the crepe myrtles I have up here are Delta Jazz. They're not blooming very well for some reason. They're supposed to be kind of this fuchsia color. There's a couple of blooms on that one, but they're just not blooming very well. Okay, so we'll go this way. We had torrential rain here yesterday. Something like 4 inches of rain in an hour and a half. And so everything is sloppy. Looking back here, I'm just glad Ferris made it home safe. It took him maybe 2 hours to get home. So the Clara is growing, but very slowly. And the fragrant tea olives also, same thing. They're in the shade, so they're growing, but not very fast. And I got a little impatient with my Clara hedges, so I added some potted plants on pedestals to beef up the hedge a little bit. I made the pedestal out of bricks that I found in the crawl space, just dry fit them together and put a concrete paver on top, and then put the pot on top of that, and then just slid the builder's planter inside of it, make it easier to move around. And I've got them hooked up to a irrigation. So I think I've got 4 of those out here. There's another one. And it's number 3 and number 4. And also I added some plants since last time. I added 7 Nellie Stevens hollies, and moved some Claras around. So I guess we'll go this way. My potted hydrangeas did not do well this summer. We had a late hard freeze in April, and it messed them up pretty bad, so they just never really bounced back. And I've got a lot of things in here that are, ooh, that goes a mourning dove. Some of my bird feeders, of course. They constantly attract birds. Let me go back out this way, and look at the hollies. This is also a new addition. This is a Chindo viburnum right here that I put in front of the magnolia. The magnolia is getting taller, but it's just not very dense. You can see right through it. So I put another Nellie Stevens behind it, and then 6 more. That one's new, and then the last 5 in a row are also new. And I have little lamb hydrangeas. They can't hold themselves up, and they just flop right over. And even with hoops on them, they just can't seem to stand up. That's just kind of the way they do. But this one holds itself up really well. It's Incredible, and I want more of those. I've really enjoyed that one. I moved some Clairas over here to kind of finish off the back of the lot. And we also overseeded this part of the yard with fescue, and that worked really well. It's done pretty well. I've had to take out 2 or 3 oak leaf hydrangeas. They just died at old age or too much water. And so I'm planning to put the fragrant tea olives next to the screened-in porch. So I've got a mix in here of potted plants, hanging plants, and things planted. This is Torrenia. It likes shade, and I enjoy those in hanging baskets. Also let it spill out of containers like those two. That's a yellow and a purple one. And I've got 3 Pieris shrubs in containers here. They were in the ground, but they were not doing well. In fact, the middle one I don't think is going to live, but I'm working on them. There's another Pieris mixed with Torrenia spilling out and some Impatiens. I just set them in pots on at the top of the containers. There's still no little planter pots. And I've discovered that I like begonias better than Impatiens. They bloom better and longer. And so I'm going to do more begonias and less Impatiens. And that's my Sasanqua Camellia October Magic in my favorite pot that we found. And I just leave them in a plastic pot, so if it gets super cold, I can just pick it up and take it in the garage in the winter. And well, Impatiens are just kind of not blooming as much anymore. I don't know. I guess I just don't know. I haven't fertilized them enough, I suppose. And there's another begonia hanging pot that's doing well. And you can see everything's washed out from the storm we had yesterday. It's just, like I said, sloppy. And let's see, I also keep a camellia next to the house in a pot because I think the leaves are so pretty. This one is my favorite, Nucleus Bellerosa, and it blooms about 5 months. Big red bloom. Torrenia, basil, maidenhair fern, eucalyptus, Impatiens. Got a big blue hosta in one of those pots. I have spillers that are Torrenia and ivy. And these are the fragrant tiaras that I'm going to plant this fall, hopefully. I'll get something else to go in those rolling containers. And that's about it. That's the way it is August 2017.